Static Shock number 2, written by John Rosen and Scott McDaniel, art by Scott McDaniel as well. Well, we last left off, Static lost his arm. It was shot off by some crazy sniper disc thing. And we pick up in this issue 10 seconds before that. So we get to re-see him losing his arm with some crazy sniper disc thing. But immediately, as soon as he loses his arm, lightning just goes everywhere, shuts down power for quite a huge, distance around New York. And then his arm just reattaches itself. And he's like, alright, well, that was weird. No time to worry about it, though, because he's falling to his death. He gets his discs that he used to fly on back together. And he encounters the dude who shot him, Virul, who we were introduced to last issue. And it's just a game of bluffing where he's like, I don't really want to fight because I don't know what just happened to my arm, but I'm going to take you down, Virul. And Virul's like, I can take you down too, but this is a tactical retreat. And he just runs away. And it's like, okay, that happened. The gang, they're called the Slate Gang, the 5 Power Ranger kids from last issue. They're being chewed out by all their bosses, which, as far as I can tell, is just this random slattering of people. You got a dude who looks like a piranha, a dude who has a picture of him shaking hands with the president, so he's obviously, important, and then just, some random other people. They're just in some busy office buildings with, file cabinets and stuff. I don't know who they are, but whatever. One's named Stone, one's named Young, one's named White. That's all I got. So anyway, they're just chewing out the Slate Gang because it's like, are you sure you're up for this? You're just a bunch of kids. You can't even deal with Static. You have dead to rights right there. You shot him, and he's still alive. And they're like, we're going to deal with it. We got it. And the one person suggests that, Static lived in Dakota. Now he's in New York. He's clearly a kid, so he probably doesn't have, the ability to change his identity. Why not just look up everybody who moved from Dakota to New York within the past, 6 months? Can't be that long of a list. And they were like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. We'll do that. Cut to Static. He's checking himself out at his headquarters. I don't even know where his headquarters are. I'm assuming Star Labs, but whatever. And basically it just says, oh, you have a hairline fraction in your arm. Get some ibuprofen and some ice on it. Try not to push it too much. And he's like, a hairline? What? It came off. My arm came off. But, he's thinking maybe he's getting more superpowers. Soon he'll be invincible like Superman. He also does some investigation on one of the discs one of the sniper discs got jammed into one of his discs, and he sees that it's literally like an atom thick. It is thin enough it can cut through anything. So he speculates that maybe it was cut so cleanly that down on the molecular level it was able to I don't know. I'm assuming that's just his powers. So he's freaking out. He wants to talk to somebody, but he realizes he doesn't have anyone he can really talk to. In that way, and then he just says he's going to go home and sleep. Cut to the piranha. Back during the earlier conversation, the Slate Gang kind of made fun of him for being, a piranha. So he's pissed off about that, and his little henchman lackey, who looks like the Joker, but is named the Pale Man, is there next to him saying how, you're going to run this town, piranha, and when you're there, Pale Man wants to be your hired gun. And his whole thing is, he just giggles every once in a while. He looks like the Joker and he giggles every once in a while, but he's called the Pale Man. I don't know. Cut to a dream sequence, a nightmare sequence of Static's sister. She's brushing her hair, and then the clone sister starts crawling up out of the original's mouth. Or maybe it's the original out of the clone's mouth, but both of them are sharing this nightmare. They both have the same one. They wake up in the morning and are trying to tell their family about it, but they both had the same dream, so they're just kind of in a stare-off with each other before they leave to go to school. And then that scene just ends. Static kind of blames himself that his sister got cloned. Maybe it is. I don't know. We didn't see it. So anyway, Static goes to school. He's excited about the hot girls. We take a full page on him just ogling this one girl and her ogling him back. So, yeah. Then he spots a dude there with a gang sign tattooed on his arm, and he's like, oh, maybe I can get something out of him. And he just does some brief little, talking, just getting some info out of him, and he learns about the Slate Gang. So there's that. Apparently, You know about Slaters stole a maglev bike off Garrison Slate himself. I don't know what any of that means except for maglev. They're bikes. They get fancy bikes off of some dude named Garrison Slate. So Static goes through town that night. He comes across the Slate gang. Because they're using maglev, magnetic stuff, and his whole power is electromagnetic, he's able to take them out easily. One of them starts riding up a building. Static follows and figures this is probably a trap. And as he gets to the top, viral, whatever is there. And he tries shooting Static again, but because he was anticipating it, he gets a defense. He tries shocking Viral, but Viral has set up a Faraday cage, so he's actually, like, safe. So Static runs in, pushes Viral out of the Faraday cage, gets ready to shock him, but Viral lands a lucky shot, grabs Static by the neck, and is about to go for the killing blow. End issue, a little cliffhanger. It's weird that this issue ends with Viral about to kill Static when the last issue also ended with Viral about to kill Static. It feels like we just kind of spun our tires there. Like, we did stuff. We know that they're looking for Static's civilian identity. We know the clone sisters are still clones. And we know Pale Man and Piranha are a thing. But it's still... And also, I guess we learned that Static has a new power that he can reconnect his arm, maybe. But it's just weird that we're ending in the exact same place we were at, It just shows that... All this did was show that Viral can learn from previous fights. Which I had no reason to think he couldn't. So, I don't know. It feels a little unnecessary, but it's mostly for just character growth and maybe a little bit of development. I'm going to say this is a 6. It's fine. It's got some major flaws. It's not great. Mostly it comes down to the fact of it's not doing anything that bad, Like, it's still not explaining the clone thing, which is pissing me off to no end that we're not getting that, but it's fine. It's just moving on along. Art is perfectly fine too. I don't really have any problems with that. So no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know what more you want from me. It's not blowing my hair back, but it's Static. Hooray.